Alrighty guys, welcome back. Today we've just gone ahead and driven on up here to the yard of trucks here in the flatbed Raptor. Not gonna lie, been a little while since I've driven this thing, but this thing does have some gnarly suspension, so it did drive down here pretty good. Stays really steady on the road, definitely a lot better than this thing right here. But anyways guys, today we're gonna be fixing ourselves up a squatted truck. Alright guys, picked it up real cheap. And for those of you guys that are wondering, no, we are not fixing the second gen. I know because, it's not squatted that much. It wasn't that tall to begin with, but the guy just wanted to see what it looked like before I bought it, of course, with the rear lift block out, and then something ended up happening. Maybe just didn't get around to putting it back on. I didn't really know the story, but I was going to go ahead and order myself one, but after I introduced this truck in 2 different videos, you guys love it. So I'm going to keep it. It's tolerable. You can at least see the lines on the road and stuff like that. You can see in front of you. It's not as crazy as the squad truck we're going to be fixing today that I went ahead and picked up today. Or yesterday, I mean. So yeah, I'm going to keep the second gen right here as is. However, for this truck right here, it's going to get fixed. Honestly, it's not in that bad of condition if you just imagine the truck itself without the suspension components. Has some really nice bright light bars and some HIDs in here. As you guys can see, really bright. Definitely lights up the sky right now, but it will be lighting up the road. Has some nice aftermarket tow mirrors here. Crappy sounding exhaust system, so we're going to definitely take that off because I'm into loud trucks and straight pipes and stuff like that. But this thing sounds like crap. I know there's just full straights with giant exhaust tips, which a lot of guys run on their trucks that aren't squatted, but it sounds even crappier because it's on a squad truck. Now, if it was on this thing, that'd be pretty acceptable, as I am running the exact same exhaust setup on this truck here. Honestly, these giant, big, obnoxious wheels here and tires, which are mismatched, as most trucks are. The rears are going to be a little bit smaller. This guy did cut out the fenders, but I'm assuming at one point they weren't, so these rears rubbed. Honestly, you could go bigger with these rear tires here, but I don't know who would want to. Yeah, these wheels actually aren't that bad, so I can keep them to put them on, I don't really know what yet, but put them on something because they are rubber band tires. And I'm not that big of a fan of rubber band tires. Also has a nice gun rack in the back, toolbox. All around it's actually not that bad of a truck. And this suspension setup with all the components is actually done correctly, if there's even a way to squad truck correctly. Meaning this kid that owned it previously did not just rig it up in their driveway with scrap metal and use their torsion bar cranked all the way to where you take one bad turn and your truck's going to fall apart in the front end. So yeah, he actually did the lift kit in the front as you would with any other normal lift kit. Now here's the thing, he didn't just remove the rear lift blocks or get a lowering kit or anything. Technically he kind of did do himself a lowering kit. He didn't really get a specific lowering kit. He got half of a 4-link suspension setup. He did not say that he had the rest of it. I would have asked him for it. I don't know. I think he thought I was gonna buy it just to keep as a squad truck, but no, I didn't tell him this, but I'm buying it to fix it. Also, look at this paint. If you look at it from the top, it's pinkish purple, right? You look at this side, it's kind of like a bluish. So yeah, it's kind of a weird, awkward paint job, but honestly, I don't hate it. If you're looking at it from the side down here, it's kind of blue, but up here, you're like, oh, it's a pink truck. But anyways, guys, we're gonna get to fixing it here. Honestly, the suspension components, I want to go with a 4-link because it already has it 50% done. However, this is a 4-wheel drive setup here in the front for my independent suspension, so I don't really know what to do. These 4-links are not cheap, and I'll have to get all new shocks in stock to throw on the rear to get it lifted up. So I might do that, and then later we'll go with the full 4-link suspension set. But if I'm going to be driving this thing anytime soon, I'm going to need it to be leveled. So, because, taking this thing home, what did I tow it with? I towed it with this thing right here, the OBS. So towing this thing home on a trailer because I don't want to get in an accident, get some sort of ticket that I can't pay off or something like that, or I don't know. I don't want to be seen on the road with this thing. So it was bad enough to have it on a trailer being towed by the beautiful OBS here. Back here to the shop, and these exhaust pipes are a little bit scraped up now. Let's just say reverse pulling it off, now it could be the same if I just drove it off normally. Especially backing it off a trailer, there's going to be some scraping on the exhaust pipes. But anyways, guys, without further ado, I'll catch you guys as soon as I pull this thing on into the shop here. And I'm going to find some shocks that I can throw on this thing to make this 4-link put it to use. Make sure it's completely leveled with 2 completely different suspension components. Independent in the front, 4-link or 2-link in the rear. So I'll catch you guys as soon as I guess we're done doing all that, because really I'm just going to drive it in the shop and get to work. So catch you guys as soon as I'm done. Alrighty guys, now here we are. As you guys can see, did find replacement shocks. They're a little bit tiny though, so this thing is not going to ride very good. It doesn't look very good right now. Oh, I don't know why I had to cut off the fenders, because I don't know. These tires look really tiny in the rear, probably because they are. With it completely lifted up right now, as you guys can see, it looks, leveled I should say, it really shows off the difference of size in tires. So I'm going to go ahead and look. I believe these are 37s. Okay, if those are 37-inch tires. I might be able to find a set of 4 37-inch tires. Oh, but with wheels though. With wheels. I might have some 8 lugs laying around for this Cateye here. I'm not 100% sure. Well, we're gonna try to find some, and we're gonna try to fix this tire setup here, because we need this thing completely leveled. Honestly, I went a little bit tall with these shocks, so I don't know. The 4-link's a little bit stretched out, but it's all right. And it honestly has just a hair of rake, which I'm honestly fine with. It's better to have a little bit of rake rather than level is best, but it's best to have a little bit of rake rather than a lot of squat. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to fix up these wheels and tires here. Or honestly, what I mean by that is just fix the setup by getting all new wheels and tires on this thing that I might have laying around. So I'll see what I can bolt up, see what I can find, and I'll catch you guys as soon as I'm done. Alrighty guys, now here we are. Would you look at that? Completely same size and width and stuff like that, wheels and tires. And she's got some rake on her, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can tone down these shocks a little bit, or at least find some bigger ones. And honestly, I want wider ones, thicker ones, maybe at least this big to throw on. But I also want them to be just a little bit more compressed, a little bit lower, so that she's pretty much leveled with maybe just a hair rake. So yeah, I'm glad I did get the wheel and tire situation fixed. Those are some some big chromes still, but I'm glad I had some laying around. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing leveled up real quick, and I'll catch you guys as soon as I'm done. Alrighty, guys, now would you look at that? Sadly, can't really fix cutout fenders. That's just what he did to the truck. But we did get her nice and level, as you guys can see. So unlike Whistling Diesel, I actually restored the thing rather than crush it up and cut it up and whatever he did. That was really weird what he did. What I did is I saw a truck that could be fixed, It wasn't completely trashed. The interior's alright. The truck itself has fairly low miles. Has nice LED bars. Those things aren't cheap, as well as a gun rack, tow mirrors, suspension components that aren't completely trashed. And the exhaust setup is very ear-piercing, but it's honestly not that bad now that it's level. It's got a nice toolbox in the back. So really, I just viewed this truck as something that could be fixed. And as you guys can see here, with the final product, I did just that. I fixed it. So yeah, guys, now let's just go ahead, and I didn't get it before of how it drives, because I only pulled it into the shop, so that was like 30 seconds of driving while it was squatted. Well, that's fine. We don't need any more squad trucks on the road. As you guys can see, by the way, I did find some bigger shocks that are not as tall, so it's fairly level now. Just a little bit of rake. But we're going to go ahead and take her out on the highway, and I'll catch you guys as soon as we are on the road, so I can show you guys how it drives. So I'll catch you guys at that. Alrighty, guys, now here we are. As you guys can see, we're just head on into town. As you guys can see here, let's go ahead and zoom out for you guys with my camera. And let's go ahead and take off. And she doesn't squat as soon as we take off, so that's good. As you guys can see, she rides alright. Let's go ahead and whip a little turn. Suspension's a little bit soft in the rear. And let's go ahead and do some off-roading here. Don't want to completely bust out the frame in the rear. But let's go ahead and try to drive her back up on the road. And here we are, just like that. And we are now into town, going by the guy's house where we brought the Bronco out from behind those hay bales. And now we're headed back on up to the shop, so I'll catch you guys as soon as we are back there. The suspension actually isn't that bad. But yeah, I'll catch you guys soon as we are back at the shop. Alrighty guys, so here we are officially back at the shop, and that is it for today's video guys. That is it for our squad truck restoration here. As you guys can see, we did end up saving it, so honestly it's going to be an alright truck to have around. Should be alright for towing, just need a better drop hitch on it, and it should be alright. And we can actually use it from here on out. But anyways guys, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Leave a like if you guys did, as well as subscribe and hit that little notification bell if you guys are new and you haven't already, to never miss a new daily video from me. And with that guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you have an amazing rest guys day or night. And with that, I'll catch you guys very soon in the next one.